Good morning, Stimulus family, Twitch family. How is everyone on this beautiful Wednesday? Coming to you from Topanga. It's been really hot here lately. Yesterday I was in the 90s, hence my attire. Let's dive right in. We've got an interesting story. So I've got my elixir here that I'll tell you about in a little bit. And I actually forgot to put this on the calendar today. So I was doing an aura cleanse earlier, as one does. And my intuition kicked in, and I was like, oh man, Stimulus TV in about 14 minutes. And here we are. So I invite you all to sit comfortably, stand comfortably, just get in a comfortable position. And let's do our aura cleanse. So grab your lighter, your fire source, and if you have any Palo Santo or Yerba Santa or sage or anything that you like to light that has a fragrant scent, feel free to get it. The Yerba Santa gives off a really sweet, delicious scent, and it's my smudge of choice. Takes a little while to light, but it really smells great and sets, for me personally, the more and more I do this work, the more and more in tune I get with the subtle energy body. And I can actually start to feel energy shift, which is really, really cool. And so when your smudge is lit and you feel ready to go, you can begin with me. So I am removing any old, stagnant energy that no longer serves me from my auric field. I am completely and totally obliterating any old stories, any limiting beliefs, anything and everything that doesn't serve my absolute highest good. I am completely and totally removing from my auric field. And by removing all this stagnant energy, these old stories, by removing these limiting beliefs, I am making way for spectacular, abundant, beautiful, love-drenched energy to come into my life and to bless me and to allow me to flourish and blossom at my absolute highest potential. Aho. Now, one thing we touched on last week is the elixir game. And I've already made my elixir today because I forgot about our programming. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. And for me, this elixir here has allowed me to get off of coffee, which is something I was doing at least once a day with a bulletproof. It gives me sustained energy and allows me to function at a really high level. So what I have in this elixir here, and it looks like a hot chocolate, is, so my base is maca, cacao, and lion's mane. Now, cacao is not caffeinated, although it has theobromine, which the body metabolizes and it gives off an energy source, but an energy source that doesn't have a dip the way coffee does, the way caffeine does. It's more of a plateaued energy. It's also a heart opener. So if you do a gratitude practice, which we're going to do this morning, it really elevates your capacity to tap into your heart chakra and open your heart and really feel the emotions and deepen your practice. It's a beautiful medicine, especially if you get ceremonial grade cacao, which is a little bit different than just regular cacao. Ceremonial grade it's like a block that you chip off of, and it's a much more sacred version of cacao that has been harvested in a certain tradition by natives, and it's a wonderful experience. So that's the cacao. There's maca, which is a superfood that they used in the Andes and still do. It's an adaptogen, so it helps your body fight off / deal with stress. It helps your body adapt to whatever situation it's in, and it's a beautiful pairing. It's a great marriage with cacao because the two of them they have a really special alchemy together. You feel energized, you feel alert and calm and grounded. Maca really grounds you, and the cacao is a heart opener. So it's a beautiful like blossoming. And then the lion's mane is great for cognitive function. It's great for memory. It's great for creativity. Paul Stamets, who's an expert, like the foremost expert on medicinal mushrooms, he advocates for, whether or not you're doing medicinal mushrooms or, non-psychedelic mushrooms, the lion's mane goes really well with psilocybin. And he stacks these, which is what I do as well, whether or not I'm having psilocybin, with niacin. And niacin helps it's a vitamin B3. It helps your body catalyze and metabolize whatever it is you're taking, in this case, lion's mane, and it flushes it out into your cells. So it becomes more potent, you absorb it better, and the effect is more profound. So by having cacao and maca and lion's mane with the niacin, which also, by the way, especially women, you get really flushed. So you will actually, me personally, have like a red head, and it flushes down your body all the way down. And it usually takes about 15, maybe 20 minutes. You'll get hot. I did this once before doing hill sprints, which is like right when I started taking it. And here in Topanga, I'll show you what it looks like. This is just the front lawn. It's like it is a national park, or rather, it's a state park, but it's a dope park, and it's wild. And so the hills that we have here are really hilly. And I went for a hill run after taking niacin. When I came back and looked in the mirror, I noticed that I looked like Hellboy. I was crimson red, and I broke out in a bit of a rash. So I would highly recommend not doing niacin before a really stimulating activity, fitness, etc. Anyway, back to this elixir here. So maca, cacao, lion's mane. My sweetener of choice is organic stevia. I'm pretty much, off sugar for the most part. So you got the stevia. I use oat milk. Sometimes I use cashew milk, but oat milk's great. It's got no lectins, unsweetened. It just tastes amazing. I also add cinnamon for a little spicy kick, and pink Himalayan salt for a little extra flavor. On certain days, and this harkens back to my bulletproof days, I will throw in some coconut oil and I'll blend it, and it froths up like a latte, and boy, oh boy, is it delicious. It's really, really good. So, yeah, this elixir, cacao, maca, lion's mane, highly, highly, highly recommend it for sustained energy, for a heart opening, and as a ceremonial practice in the morning. I so look forward. It's like a cup of coffee, except I enjoy it more. I so look forward to every sip, and it really helps awaken you from the inside, helps start your digestion. It's great stuff. Now, let's start our day energetically here. So once again, if you have an acupressure mat, I actually just got a new one. Feel free to stand on it and stand on it hips width. If you don't have an acupressure mat, totally cool. You don't need one. So let's stand up on it comfortably with your knees bent, your body loose. And we're just going to bounce for a moment. Just bounce. Let any tension that you feel in your body, just allow it to release. Give yourself permission to just let go. You don't have to hold on to it. It's not serving you. Maybe it's teaching you something. Maybe you need to pay attention to a certain part of your body. Me personally, there are certain injuries that I've gotten over the course of my life, related to athletics. I used to run competitively. And through yoga, I've started to, and have been for quite some time, releasing from past traumas. You carry these traumas in your cells, and you do that over a long period of time, you can start to injure yourself muscularly or worse. And so feel free to give yourself permission to just release, bounce it out a little bit. We're draining our lymph system. You can do this in a rebounder, which is great. I do it for about 3 minutes a day. You just bounce up and down. It drains your lymph, gets the toxins out of your system. Feel free to get really fucking weird if you want. Like nobody's watching, because probably nobody's watching. And even if they are watching, who really gives a fuck? So just bounce it out. Just let it go. Much like we did an aura cleanse. This is a cleanse for your muscles and your physical body. Waking everything up. Getting your joints lubricated. I'll show you what I do in a moment. So I'll lubricate my joints every morning. And when you're done, let's start doing our joint rolls. So reposition a little bit here so you can see me better. So I start from the head and I go down. Now we'll just do the head to the waist today. We're going to do sets of 8. So we're going to do neck rolls to the right. Now imagine the tip of your chin has a magic marker, and you're drawing a circle with that magic marker to the right, more like an oval. So we're going to go like this. Out, right, back, left. Out, right, back, left. Out, right, back, left. Do it nice and slowly. We've got 3 to go. And now we'll reverse. Right, out, left, back. Right, out, left, back. Right, out, left, back. Two to go. All right. Now this is, you're starting to undulate your spine. So the Kundalini is at the base of your spine. We're starting from the top and going down. Now we're going to do the same thing, except forward. So it's like a somersault, essentially. It's a circle forward. Same image, the marker at the tip. Here we go. Up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. up, forward, down, back. And just breathe calmly as you're doing this through your nose. The final neck roll is the opposite, so it's the reverse. It's like a back flip. So it's down, forward, up, back. Down, forward, up, back. Down, forward, up, back. Down, forward, up, back. All right, so our neck is loose now. We're going to go down to our shoulders here. And we're going to do shoulder rolls. Super simple. So we're going to go backwards first. So up, back, down, forward. Up, back, down, forward. Now we're going to reverse it. So it's up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. Now we're going to do full arm circles. So here we go. So forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Really feel the full range of motion. Now, your emotions live in your body, and a lot of people, myself included, carry some emotion in their shoulders. So as you're doing this, do it slowly and calmly, and you might start to release from some emotional trauma. Now we're going to go forward, the opposite direction. So back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. So yeah, you might feel stuck in certain spots, and just witness that. Don't judge it. Notice that you've got something there and pay attention to it. All of this stuff they're all teachers. So listen and learn and be gentle with yourself. All right, now what we're going to do, this is a martial art tool. It's a spine twister. So you're wringing the spine out and your organs are going with it. It's very simple. You're turning from the shoulders. Your arms are super loose, like super loose. Yeah, tilt this so you can see it a little bit better. Now, I'll show you slowly. So it's just kind of like this. And then you can speed it up a little bit. But your hands are essentially touching where your kidneys are in the back. Your head is looking back and down with each turn. You can exhale on the end of the turn and have your hands just lightly tap your kidneys. Your arms are completely loose. Like my arms are not using any energy. It's almost like a merry-go-round with the swings. The swings are just going along for the ride. You are not adjusting them or powering them in any way. It's just an extension of the machine, so to speak. So we'll do that. We've done that enough. Next, we're going to do hip rolls. Okay? I do these hip rolls with wrist rolls. I'll show you the wrist rolls. Actually, let's do the hip rolls because it's much easier. So it's just really simple. I'm just going to roll to the right. We'll do 8 of them. So left, forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back. And just do the full range of motion. So you're lubricating your hips, your hip socket. That's where a ton of emotion resides. So if you're sitting all day, Your hips might not be the loosest. I know that was the case for me for many years. Yoga helped out a lot. There's also, we're going to reverse it now to the left. So right, forward, left, back, right, forward, left, back, right, forward, left, back. There's a pose, there's a pigeon pose, and then there's double eagle in yoga where you are um, using your body weight and gravity to stretch out your hip and your glute muscle, your buttocks. And if you've got tight hips, that can be really challenging, especially if you have a lot of emotion in those hips. But once you break through, boy, is it glorious. All right. Now, we're going to do a little fire breathing. This practice this morning is going to be a little bit more energizing than last week. So follow after me. Again, what I do, you don't have to do it exactly. You can make it your own. So don't have to do it exactly the way I do it. The way I do it, again, I've got my right palm open. All my fingers are spread, so the energetic meridians running down my arm are activated. Now, I am going to access an acupressure point in the middle of my forearm here. And with each exhale, I am pressing in to the center of my forearm. I'm going to have my palm opened up so it's in the receiving mode. So I'm receiving. This is a yogic technique that is supposed to stop the aging process. And I've been doing this for about 10 years. And I haven't aged that much in 10 years. I actually have a picture of my driver's license from 15 years apart. And it's pretty remarkable. So I think this works. So I'll do it sideways. So you can just kind of see me doing it. Stand with your knees slightly bent, nothing's locked, your body's relaxed, and all the breathing takes place through the nose. Only thing you need to do is focus on the exhale. So here we go. Feel free to smile while you do this. And if you want, you can add on. Almost done. Final 30 seconds. All right. You might notice you feel a little bit more alert. While that gives you a bunch of energy, it can also calm you down, actually, when you're done with it. I feel more alive, more expansive, and really energized. Feel great. So, what we're going to do today is a gratitude practice. I'm going to lead us through a very short sort of induction, a short energetic body scan, and then we're going to practice some gratitude together, which for me is nothing short of pure magic. If you have a gratitude practice that you do every single day that allows you to tap into an elevated emotional state, it's like working a muscle. You get that muscle stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And after doing it for a while, you start to live from that emotional state. And when you live from that emotional state, you're basically like a radar or like an antenna. You're beaming out a signal, a frequency. And when you change the frequency that you're beaming out, what comes back to you also changes. This is like a universal truth, and I've lived this truth. And it's a beautiful practice. So sit comfortably, relaxed. You can be cross-legged, you can have your feet on the ground, whatever you choose. However you feel most comfortable. It's elixir. All right. We're going to do 3 cleansing breaths, all through the nose. A count of 5 on the inhale, 5 on the hold, and 5 on the exhale. Follow with me. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale. All right. Now, seated in the same position with your eyes closed, I invite you to imagine that you're laying on a floaty, like a floating raft, flexible one, on top of a body of water. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day. And on this body of water, you are completely and utterly relaxed from head to toe. You are being held by this water on this raft. And there's nothing to do but surrender. And so you do. You surrender your body. You calmly and confidently let go of anything that you're carrying, whether it's physical or emotional. You just let go and allow the water to take you where it may. Your eyes are closed and you feel the energy of the sun kissing your body. You feel warm and comfortable and serene, fully surrendered, fully relaxed, in a blissful state of peace. Your mind is calm, much like this body of water. And as you lay down, you begin to drift off, sleep. And now, in this daydream, I invite you to think of someone in your life who has had a profound impact upon you. It could be anyone. It could be a parent, could be a friend, could be a loved one, could be a romantic partner, could be a colleague, could be anyone. Now imagine this person who has helped you out in one way or another, who has really improved your life or supported you in a time of need. And I want you to focus on your heart chakra, your heart center. And when you see this person who has really stood by your side, perhaps they've guided you or taught you something, whatever it might be, when you see this person, how does your heart feel? Perhaps you start to feel a little smile curl up from the sides of your mouth when you think about this person. How do you feel in their presence? And as you're witnessing this person, in your mind, I want you to tell them, thank you. I am so, so grateful for what you've done for me. I'm so honored to have you in my life. I am eternally grateful for what you've done. And I'm at your service. Let me know what I can do for you. How can I help you? And as you're witnessing this person, as you're feeling their presence, dive deeper into your heart and allow it to blossom open. And as you thank them, Feel this beautiful parallel motion of your heart opening up and your body being flooded with this beautiful elevated emotion. Because one of the beauties of gratitude is it's actually a gift that you give yourself. It's an immune booster when you're living from a space of gratitude. And by thanking another, you are also thanking yourself, your body. You're blessing yourself. And the longer you live from the space of gratitude, the better you feel, the better your relationships become, all of your relationships. And it feels truly wonderful. So I invite you to continue this practice of gratitude, continuously delving into your heart center and feeling it deeply, allowing it to open, giving yourself permission to feel more deeply and to feel profoundly grateful for this person and any and every person in your life. And you can do this every morning and every evening. I like to bookmark my day with gratitude, or rather, bookend my day with gratitude. And one way to elevate this is by stacking several people who you really truly care about, who have helped you in one way or another. And you can do this process over and over and over again. And this will actually strengthen your auric field, and it will make you more magnetic, and it will make you feel wonderful. Now, with our eyes still closed and our heart open, let's put our palms together at our heart center. Let's bow our chin ever so slightly, visualizing this person, thanking this person. And if you feel called to smile, you can smile as well. Now I invite you to rub your hands together, creating some heat and friction. You can apply root lock, just squeezing your buttocks, your perineum, as if you're holding in some urine. You might feel your palms getting really nice and hot. Now put your right palm on your chest and your left palm above your right above your heart. Take a few breaths, marinating in this beautiful space of gratitude, giving thanks for each and every breath that we breathe, giving thanks for this day ahead of us with so many incredible opportunities that lay before us and the mysterious unknown. Knowing that what may happen today could be greater than anything you could possibly imagine. Opening yourself up to that beautiful possibility. And just giving one final thank you to this person. And a thank you to your beautiful self for practicing this ritual, for raising your frequency, and also for hoping to transmit this with any and every person you encounter today, because we are bringing this energy out into the world. And so it is done. Aho. Mm. I feel wonderful. I hope you feel wonderful as well. Corey, do we have any questions?
Hey Adam, how's it going, man?
Going great, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I admittedly needed that ton myself. Got a big
Yeah,
day. Got a big day over here. A couple things happening, and so thank you for that, brother. Appreciate it.
my
So
pleasure.
let me get into the comment section. Just see how things are going. Oh, we got a comment saying that someone's buns are getting hot, and other people are saying squeeze that butt. All right.
Do it.
Oh, we have some tearing up, some over the workout, feeling grateful. Um, a lot of people just longing for connection, man. And I think that this is a way to help to stay centered in this time of feeling like you can't. I feel like hopefully we're, at a point where we're getting close to that changing pretty soon and taking a turn. But I think that a lot of people need this kind of release as a way of kind of feeling connected maybe to themselves and the ability of not kind of doing that physically with others. But yeah, I think not a ton of questions, man. I think we're basically seeing a lot of people who have been around or returning to hang out with you on these Wednesday mornings. So that's encouraging.
Great.
Yeah. Everyone's just really grateful, man. Everyone's really appreciative and wanting to kind of get into the elixir game. Um,
Yeah, I can
oh,
do. Oh, go for it.
I was gonna ask, what can you talk about the aura cleanse a little bit more? Like exactly, like
Yeah,
maybe like how you started that and where that originates from.
yeah. So it's been going on for probably thousands of years. In India and various parts of Asia. So when I noticed this, where this really clicked for my life, about 3 years ago, I moved to Topanga, and the home that I moved into, at this point in my life, I wasn't that energetically sensitive. I had lots of practices, and I just wasn't as conscious when it comes to energy. And so I moved into this home. I was in a wonderful space in my life. I was in a new relationship. Business was going great. Lots of exciting things happening, lots of travel, all that stuff. And in a short matter of time, like a few months, like not even a few months, yeah, a few months, um, one thing after another kind of just fell like dominoes. Like everything, pretty much everything fell apart. And I was talking with a friend of mine who owns a really cool company called Shape House. If any of you are interested in sweating and detoxifying through infrared heat. Anyway, side note, we were talking about. I was trying to figure out like what's going on, what's the deal here, and I pinpointed that all of these things started when I moved into this house, and I was like, that's kind of peculiar. My friend is very intuitive, and she was like, you should either move or you should do a deep cleanse on that house. And so I felt into it, and I love Topanga, and I decided I'm not moving. But what I will do is cleanse the house. So I got a massive amount of sage, and I went throughout the house. And this is a tradition in Feng Shui and in various Eastern countries. And I lit the sage, and I said an invocation, like dispelling any energy that currently resides here, any um, any spirits that don't serve my highest good. I created this invocation, and fire is one of the four elements, and it's a sacred element, and it also it's a powerful transformative element. Which is why fire is involved in like virtually every ceremony, regardless of culture, whether it's like Hanukkah or whatever it may be. So I lit the sage, like a huge brick of it, and I went throughout the house, and I, like, in every corner, all the way up to the ceiling, I was burning whatever was in there, literally, and I was visualizing. There were some cobwebs. Like, I've got, like, high vaulted ceilings over here. Like, I got on ladders. It was like a construction operation, so to speak. And I was removing all this energetic gunk that was in the house, just getting all of it out. And I was saying this really, really loud and burning it and swirling it, and the entire home filled up with this sage smoke. And then I've got tons of windows and sliding doors and stuff. I opened everything up, put the fan on, so it swirled all the smoke kind of like centrifugally, and then out of the house. And shortly thereafter, things started to shift in my life. Um, Business started to pick up. Um, some of my relationships started to shift in a really positive way. And I don't think it was a coincidence. So,
That's
what I
super
do this,
interesting.
yeah, like, I know we've got pretty much no time left, but I do this pretty much every single morning. I feel lighter. I absolutely, like, sometimes I'll wake up and maybe I'll feel a little bit hazy. And when I sage myself, I'll feel like a cloud has lifted, and fresh, like I've created some space for new stuff to come into my life. And I can talk more about that on our next session next Wednesday.
I love that, man. I think that that's a great place to close. I mean, I know I in particular am like a huge vibe guy where like I can't even get down to work if I don't have the right vibes. Like I have to have like
Yeah,
some smell going. I have to have the right drink, everything placed right to feel nice and cozy. And so just to like take that to your everyday life and the dwelling that you're in, I think is so important. It's a really important insight. I don't know that we're all going to have the same success that you did in doing it, but we can aspire
you
for
never
that,
know.
sure. Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure. Well, hey man, I appreciate your time as always. I know we all do. Thanks for bringing us this gift of some, mental clarity and mindfulness and just positivity every week. And I think I can speak for the whole chat when I say that we can't wait to see you again next week.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Adam. See ya.
Take care.